Have you ever contemplated the final chapters of your life? The last quarter, if you will, based on an average lifespan of 80 years. It's a thought that might be uncomfortable, but it's one worth pondering. Think of it this way. The last quarter of a football game, the last act of a play, the final chapters of a book. These are often the most compelling, the most impactful. Why should life be any different? Now, imagine life as a journey. At the age of 60, you are entering the last quarter of this journey. The destination? It's certain, but the timing? That's unknown. What we do have control over, however, is how we spend this last quarter. This is a time to focus on health, both mental and physical. Exercise, nutrition, stress management, these are the keys to delaying the aging process. After all, our bodies, like automobiles, depend on care and maintenance. Let's consider an anecdote, a personal one. My mother, who passed away in her 90s, once told me, "You always have the option to be happy each day or sad, so why choose to be sad?" She lived by this mantra, making the most of every day, right until her final moments. In her 80s, she had a portrait taken, wanting to look her best for her funeral. She chose happiness, even in the face of death. She retired at 60, learned to swim in her 60s, and stayed active for the next 25 years. It's also important to prepare for the inevitable. In Singapore, a niche at a private columbarium can cost up to $38,000. Funeral services can add up to $15,000 or more. But as my mother used to say, it only matters when you're alive. So why not choose to live life full of experiences? To summarize, the last quarter of our lives is as important as the first three. It's a time for reflection, preparation, and most importantly, living. It's about making the most of every day, finding joy in the simplest of things, and leaving behind a legacy of love and laughter. So, are you prepared for your last quarter? It's never too early to start planning. Remember, life is a journey, and every journey is made up of steps. Make sure your final steps are as meaningful as the first. As the Boy Scouts say, be prepared. Spend some time thinking about how you want your last quarter to be. For me, I plan to stick around as long as possible, fulfilling my friends' last wishes, and continuing my daily meditation practice. So, here's to another 10,000 days of meaningful living. See you at the end of the journey.